Hello and welcome to another Ichabod review. It has been a long time since my last one. Just haven't had the right setup or motivation or all the other stuff that gets in the way of doing fun internet things. Since I have last talked to the few of you that watch me, been doing a podcast with a group called Pre-Order 66, high-end toy podcast, and this is one of the things that I am big into, which is the SH MonsterArts Godzilla line. This is the, I want to say, 5th or 6th entry in the line. I have all the other ones that came before him, but a bunch of them are in storage, so I'll have a couple size comparisons with the ones I do have in a bit. So this is SH MonsterArts Mogera from the 1993 Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla movie. Maybe it's 94? The years between Japanese and American... No, it is 94, because Godzilla vs. Destroy is 95. My apologies. So, anyway, Mogera is based off of the drill mole monster that was in the Mysterion's movie. They obviously gave him a far more updated look. But they actually made a Reveltech of the original Mogera. He was similar proportions, drill hands, dumpy, squat, kind of like this big skirt thing down in the bottom. Now in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, this is actually two. One was like a jet and one was a drill machine, and they combined together in the movie, but they didn't incorporate that functionality into the toy, and I don't really blame them because I just think it probably would have ended up worse for wear. So anyway, on to the figure. The MonsterArts robot figures so far, both of them, which is Mechagodzilla and this guy, have used die-cast. So his feet are die-cast. I want to say his little drill nose up here, which does actually spin, is die-cast as well. There might be some bits up inside that are, but I can't exactly tell. But the one thing that's nice about die-cast feet is it really just plunks him down, gives him a good solid weight. As far as posability goes, he's got like a good ratchet joint here, great posability there. You can really get awesome side posability, like shooting the little drill arm there. It's not super, and also like the head is, by design, is not. You can pop it off the ball joint there, and it looks fine. But it's not on. The head is not superposable, but it really wasn't in the movie. This is about as much as you can get before you start removing it. It doesn't really go up or down or anything. His arm posability is good, as I just showed, but it's not super posable, and it doesn't necessarily need to be. Like, he doesn't get a full, I think it's almost 90-degree elbow bend, and that's it. I mean, the suit was not very posable in the movie, and they're kind of replicating that here, and the design is also pretty bulky. So it would be hard to get super posability without sacrificing looks. And I'm actually fine with what the choices they went with. His waist is actually pretty decent, but this ends up clipping into there, so you don't want to push it too further. And it also kind of hits here. His little tail is posable, but it's more for the flying mode, which I'll show you later. As far as legs go, the skirt does a neat thing where it sort of splits to give a wider stance. He's got decent leg, knee, and awesome ankle tilt, actually. It kind of goes like that. So you can get him in some good wide lane, like, wide-legged stance poses. But he's not the most dynamic, posable robot. But I just really like his design. It's very unique. I love the giant saw blades here. It's just kind of cool. Also, the thing they did is nice ruby on the jet thrusters. Ruby-looking paint there. Mogera's a weird... Oop, that actually is supposed to come off. I'll explain why later. Mogera is a weird design that I totally get why some people would hate. I happen to really like it. I think he's just clunky and bizarre and weird. I love all, like, the drill treads here and stuff. Now the head I'm going to pop off just to show it. That awesome, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't. Compound eyes there, which is really neat. pretty flat. It's cool. So as you saw earlier, his arm comes off. The reason for that is he comes with swappable hand bits. There's these permanently closed ones, which I'll just show you, that are just closed. Now, these other ones have obvious joints on them. The reason for that is they open up. They have a little missile in there. So you can have them in sort of a, you know, well, you can have them in a I'm going to shoot missiles at you pose. Now the other neat thing he comes with, you know, incorporated with missiles, he comes with two. Comes with another one for the other hand, and then another closed one, obviously. But he also comes with these contrail smoke effects with a little explosion there. These are really neat. Now I was kind of bummed because I thought you could plug it in like that and choose the length, but you actually can't. When you get it all done, it is... There you go. It's huge. It's taller than he is. They just plug together. Like, you know, plug in like that. For the purpose of this review, I'm only going to use the one because it's pretty massive. So what you do, and I thought this was a really neat idea, is the way the missile pegs in, is the missile pegs into the hand here and leaves a hole. But the really cool thing is, in order to make this look better and not have this giant gray piece here, this is actually removable and quite losable. This is the thing that pegs into the back of this missile and into his arm. So you ended up with just a naked pegless missile that plugs into this smoke effect pretty well to make it look like it's firing. And then this plugs into Mogera's arm. Now with one, he can support it. If you have two, it'll actually pull him over. The other cool thing they did is they incorporated this city scale base to hold the missile things up. I forgot exactly where the peg is on these things, so excuse me a quick minute. They're kind of hard to find. There you go. Got it right there. So what you do is you just peg it in, and you would support both of them if you wanted to shoot both. I don't really need to peg it in because I'm not shooting both, but it's for prolonged display. Obviously that's what you would want to do. So the other feature he has is he has a removable chest unit. Now on Godzilla, which was released before, they had this sort of the same abdomen laser cannon thing, and it was this really aggravating piece that you had to like reach into his abdomen and unpeg and peg in the new one. It was actually not intuitive at all. The other nice thing I want to mention real quick is these slide off almost too easy, which makes swapping out the drill bits awesome. Like it's easy to do, which makes it more fun and you're more prone to do it. So Godzilla's abdomen was way hard to remove. So this piece actually gets replaced with this piece on Mogera, which is a laser cannon thing. But the way they had you do it, instead of trying to get in there and, you know, get it out, which would be really hard to do, you actually lift up his back, which is awesome. And there's a little lever here, and you push it, and it pushes this little clip forward in the stomach that pushes this out. And then as all you do when you want to put it in is you line it up, a little divot there, and you just slide it in, and it actually pushes this piece back out, and you just close that up. Can't even tell. Which I thought that was a really awesome way to incorporate it. Now the other thing he comes with is this awesome laser effect part. It looks almost like digitized crystal. It's really cool. And another piece of landscape. And you just, in order to display, because it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't like peg on here at all. It just loosely fits, which is probably because this looks pretty fragile and they didn't want to run the risk of breaking. And that's also by design too, because there's no like, it's just pretty, the hole where it goes is seamless. It's not supposed to clip on there at all. But then what you do is you actually just slide it on, and there you go. He's shooting his stomach laser. you know, Tamashii stages, you gotta get it just right. But there, I think it's a really cool way to do that and incorporate that. Like, all the Monster Arts have had different types of breath effects and stuff, and most of them just peg into the mouth. The way they did his was really neat. So if you see there, you can see that the hole is empty, and then when you push the thing forward, it pushes out. It's such a simple, neat design. So Mogera's other feature, as I mentioned earlier, flight mode. Now the way they incorporate that, if you could even imagine this thing flying, it's a couple swap out pieces. A new neck, a new tail, and little wing things. Now to do it, I generally do this one first, and there's this piece back here, and it actually just unpegs. And then you take the new one and just peg it on. So now he's got his more aerodynamic, I guess, tail piece. I don't know. Now these pieces replace his hip. It's actually really simple. You just push it in up here, and then it pops right out. And then you pop the new one, just like that. And that's what it looks like with one without the other. And then over there, you push the top in, gives the bottom out, and you just grab it and pull it out. And you just plug the new one in. And then the head, you actually remove the whole neck, pop off the head. Here's the differences between, if I could hold it, between the two neck joints. You've got the regular standing head and then the flying one. Clearly one's longer than the other. Then what you do is you take the head, pop it on like that, and then it's locked in there really good. Also, swapping this neck bit is simple. You just got little clips and it just plugs in. It's really on there loosely, so you never want to pick this guy up by the head, but it makes it easy to swap into pose. And then you just position his hands how you want them, and there you go, Mogera flight mode. This giant skyscraper-sized 4 billion ton, no, 4 billion tons probably a bit much, but super heavy robot flying around. It almost, if you position the drill bits right, it almost looks aerodynamic from the front. As aerodynamic as a giant drill mole can look. And set him right there. So yeah, that is Mogera from SH Monster Arts line. It's a unique design that is not for everybody, obviously. I'm a big fan of the Monster Arts. I'm a big Godzilla fan, have been my whole life. So this line's pretty awesome for me. Dream come true. Just to show you, here he is with the San Diego Comic-Con Godzilla, foot to foot in there. Pull the camera back a bit to show that. I'll swap his heads just to give you a better idea. Stands almost the same height as Godzilla. They're all in scale, which is really cool. And here it is with Baby Godzilla from the same movie. So yeah, I got him on sale at HLJ. I honestly would like all the engineering and diecast in him. I can definitely recommend him at full price if you're a fan of the line. If not, you'd probably only want to, you know, if you're only a fan of like Godzilla or other monsters, you probably focus on the ones you want. I'm kind of a big collector of Godzilla stuff, so an articulated line of Godzilla figures has been a dream come true for me for a while. And I mean, this guy just clunks down versus Godzilla. It's awesome. Anyway, I'm rambling, so thanks for watching. I promise I'll get more videos out on a regular basis, and take care.